Absolutely. I'd love to get on the ground floor of this because it's a new industry and there aren't many opportunities to start at the beginning like something like this. So it's something that I absolutely want to get.
Hey, Mark. I'm curious. I've been to tons of head shops, and I already know there's tons of characters that stop in on just a daily basis. With New Jersey already having a medical program, and we're like knee deep into the cannabis legalization, we just waiting on Murphy to sign. Have you seen like how's the customer base that flows in and out of your shop? Has there been a change from like like what would be considered the typical stoner to like more like patient oriented or business oriented or like how's the
Or
atmosphere
even
over
like
there?
white suburban soccer
Yeah,
moms.
yeah. Like what's it look
Right,
like in your shop?
right. Our customer base is about as diverse as New Jersey is, man. We have seniors, we have mothers, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have, there's the whole swath of people coming to our shop. And what we found as cannabis gets more medically recognized, we're getting people, parents looking for stuff for their kids when it comes to like CBD oil. We're getting people asking questions after they come from the dispensary. I just got this, I only got so educated at the dispensary helped me out a lot more. So, we
Yeah.
find ourselves educating as much as we do selling. We've also seen an increase in traffic just because cannabis is becoming mainstream now. The increase in traffic is noticeable just on our bottom line. So it's an exciting time to just be around here because every facet of the industry is exciting right now. I don't care if you're selling pipes or growing marijuana, growing cannabis. It's an exciting time to be doing it.
Are you guys taking any steps to prepare for the legalization? I know you said you're interested in it.
Yeah, like have you tried to like educate yourself more on cannabis or the cannabis industry?
Right. So, we attended the New Jersey Cannabis Symposium and we attended a number of other local events just trying to get our hands wet. And, what we found is, we're about where everybody else is. We tend to be ahead of the curve because we already have a spot. We already have the investment and everything. So, we're ahead of a lot of people, which is nice, but there's still a lot of people coming into this industry. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a competition when it comes down to it. And it's one that we're going to fight hard for.
Have you had the opportunity to go to any legal states and check out stores or dispensaries out there?
Yeah, I was able to go out to Colorado early in their opening, and then I have been to Vegas since their recreational markets opened. And, it's very exciting. You get kind of awestruck when you walk in it the first time. I know I was taken aback by the amount of things in there. But it's something that as every state kind of gets better at, the next state does even better. So Jersey being kind of in the middle of the pack, we're really hoping for a good set of regulations that allows for a robust industry where everybody can participate.
Yeah, well, that's something we're advocating for, right? Everybody, right? People of color,
Absolutely.
former offenders, women, because the reality is that in those legal states, it's really not happening that way. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. No, you're right. You're right. They're not really, the minority groups and former inmates and things like that. They're not, nobody has taken a look at that part of the issue because, marijuana is a social justice issue just as much as anything else. And, I'm encouraged by our current governor. He seems to be actually taking, a role in trying to deal with this, that part of the issue. So hopefully, he gets to his word and helps us out because, that minorities and inmates, people of color, they need help because we don't have the network that others do to help us get up within the industry. So,
Yeah, there's a really great organization. If you're listening out there and you have a business and you're thinking of getting involved, the Minority Cannabis Business Association. That's a great membership organization that gives a lot of like workshops and educational stuff. It's a good way to find out like what they're doing in other states. So I think for people like yourself who are interested, I think like we said earlier, just kind of get educated and figure out what we should be asking for. We talked to some folks over in Oregon, and they have a pretty good model for small businesses, which, like you said, doesn't have a lot of those high licensing fees. And I think that's something that we should advocate for here in New Jersey is to, make the barriers low enough that, small business owners can get into the market and it's not taken over by these big corporations.
No, and that's what we want because in the end, allowing the smaller people in will benefit the industry. If you keep prices lower for everybody because, if you have a few at the top, those prices are going to be very high. And that's what we've seen across the United States. The taxes, everything, the bottom line is very high. So, we want that over.
I know, right? Because if it's like taxed so high that it doesn't even make it competitive with the black market, people are not going to be buying it from the store. That's for sure.
Right, and if the point is to stamp out that black market, you have to give an incentive to the regular market for them to not be a black market. So it's real important.
I think a lot of times I find out from speaking with like established companies in the industry, dispensary owners and such. Like a lot of times, like you said, like we're more knowledgeable than these guys are. They're just strictly in it because they see the business side of it. They want the money, and a lot of times that shows in like the product that they put out there too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think like you said, like definitely making it more accessible and all that will cut out the black market and make it a lot easier for it to be to fully blossom. So like I think the way that it's stifled is obviously not the way to go. Like only a few people getting rich is not the full potential of the New Jersey cannabis market. Having 100 people able to have a dispensary compared to only 10 or 20, like that's how you drag the most money out of it. That's how you eliminate the black market, and that's how you move forward.
Right, and where do we start? If you can ask where do I start? What can I do to make this happen? We have to start talking to these legislatures and state officials, the people that are making these laws, because we can talk about this amongst ourselves all we want, but they have to know what we feel and what would benefit socially. This is the best idea. That's why you show up to the state house and hold your sign and try to email your legislator, call them, do what you can because it's not going to happen unless we say something.
That and also coming out to the Trenton Cannabis Community meeting on February 7th in Trenton. That helps.
Yeah, any of these organizations, it's like plug into all of them, any of them. It's we need to create like a strong constituency of people that are going to be, a thorn in their side. We're not going away until you give us what we want. I think we've let them off too easily in the past because Christie was, the governor, and we knew nothing was going to get done either way. But now there's really no excuse, right? Like we have a legislature that could potentially pass a bill and definitely a governor that can sign it.
Hey, Mark. So I see all these crazy gadgets and gadgets all the time on YouTube popping up about like new events, ways to smoke weed. What's the coolest pieces you got at your head shop? What do you like the most?
That's a loaded question, man.
What's your favorite question?
I personally am a vaporizer. Okay, even when it comes to dry cannabis, I use a vaporizer.
Volcano.
The Volcano is and still is the best home device there is. Okay,
I've
Isn't
actually.
that kind of like old school though? I mean, it's been around
You
for
wanna know
a
what's
minute.
crazy?
Oh, it's
I've
awesome
actually.
though. Like you can't
Volcano
take away from it.
early 2000s. I bought my first Volcano in 2003. And listen, I've been selling for a while, guys. There is no better home unit than the Volcano.
Right.
So that's an easy
Um,
That's an easy
yeah, but I know this is gonna sound crazy, and no one, please, no one try to revoke my stoner card. But I've never tried a volcano. I've never tried like the vaporizer in the bag or anything like that. Like I've never done that. Like it's
Yeah,
always
I've
on the
never
top
had
of
it
my
either. It
bucket
just
list.
looks amazing.
And it's like, oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a volcano, and I just never have. But that seems to always be a top pick for.
It's a hefty investment. Don't get me wrong. It's a hefty
Yeah,
investment.
like they last forever.
50 hours sitting around. So
Yeah, it's just me being a stoner and procrastinating. So basically,
Yeah, I mean, I think especially for people that have quit smoking cigarettes,
mhm.
and you're like, okay, I need to get my lungs straight, can't be smoking the harsh tobacco products. Like vaping is such a good alternative because not everyone wants to consume edibles or dab. But I think, the vaporizer is not going to be hard on your lungs, and you're still going to get that good effect.
right, and vaporizing is better than smoking in every category if you check them out. So when you smoke, you destroy most of the THC with the flame before it even gets to you. So with a vaporizer, you're gently releasing the THC over time. So it does take longer to vaporize. But over the long run, you get more of that available THC than you get from smoking. So, there's plenty of reasons that vaporizing is the safest method in terms of before edibles.
Definitely. Man, Mark, you're so knowledgeable in the cannabis space. Like, I just love chopping it up with you. Before we go though, is there like how can our listeners do the same? How can they reach out to you? We know you have the sci-fi shop.
Right,
Yeah, just let us
right.
know.
So, the Facebook page, Instagram is where I do most of my reach out. I'm very, responsive. If you need to get to me, this is Facebook, Instagram. I will reply as soon as I can. You can call it at the smoke shop. The phone number on the Facebook page. It's usually me or my mother that's going to answer. So. I created a monster with my mother. My mother knew not anything about cannabis when we started this business, man. She's just as knowledgeable as I am now. So give us a
That's what's
call.
up.
We consider ourselves counselors, man. If you have a question, you're having an issue, we will guide you through whatever we can. So don't be afraid to call us.
Yeah, you guys got some cool pieces.
All
Thank you,
right.
Mark, for calling in.
Yeah, their website is scyfly.com. That's spelled SCYFLI. .com, and you can check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They're located in Mount Laurel. The number is 856-234-7027. Thank you so much for joining us on Fully Baked Radio.
Much appreciated.
Thank you
Much
so much.
obliged.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hold up. Hey, Mark, this is Jason. What up?
Hey,
So,
man.
hey, what's going on? Hey, whenever you ready to do those product demonstrations too, man, let us know. Like, you got a lot of cool gadgets and stuff out there. Like, we really need to get that out there. Just have to shoot that out there right
Coming
quick,
soon.
but we're gonna be in contact,
All right, Jason. Good talking to you, brother.
We're
All right.
all
Thanks, Mark. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
right. Let's jump into some indie artists. But that was Mark from Sci-Fi Glass over in Mount Laurel. That was just on the phone with us. Shout out to him and his mom, that power couple that they got over there. That's super dope. Make sure you guys check them out. Let's jump into some indie artists. Relax, kick back for a little bit. We still have Louis Wave Duck from Street Legends, Wave Cartel stopping by. So this is Fully Baked on WPPM 106.5 FM Philadelphia.
I never had a volcano either.